My guess is he will move in. He has to do something.
That was Joe Biden at a press conference last week, referring to whether Russian President Vladimir Putin would indeed invade Ukraine after months of troop buildup on the border. Putin has given the West an ultimatum: end NATO expansion into Eastern Europe or face the consequences. And if he doesn't get what he wants, he's likely to act, either with some form of military operation in Ukraine or dramatic action elsewhere. Russia has been amassing troops along the border since at least April, with numbers not seen since 2014. A string of cyber attacks targeting the Ukrainian government also point to Moscow. And Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko recently announced joint military drills set to begin in February along the border of two NATO countries, Poland and Lithuania. The Belarusian president is also changing his country's constitution in February, ending neutrality and their non-nuclear status. Coincidence? Russian officials are quick to compare such posturing to NATO's own military exercises in the region. For years, Ukraine's close ties with the West and aspirations to one day join NATO have drawn anger from the Kremlin. It's clear that Putin is after serious concessions from Biden and his Western allies when it comes to transatlantic security. In a 2005 speech, President Putin said that the collapse of the Soviet Union was the greatest geopolitical catastrophe of the 20th century, and that it had left tens of millions of our fellow citizens and countrymen beyond the fringes of Russian territory. This is Putin's worldview, and it helps to explain his attitude towards Ukraine. He went so far as to call Russians and Ukrainians one people, a single whole, in an article that he wrote back in July 2021. But that sentiment is not shared in Kiev, particularly after 2014, when Russia annexed Crimea, a Ukrainian peninsula on the Black Sea. Russia also supported a military incursion led by pro-Russian separatists in the country's Donbas region, a conflict that has led to more than 14,000 deaths. The Kremlin dismisses any allegations of wrongdoing, that's kind of standard fare, claiming that Russia is just protecting its borders and its people. A Putin spokesman even recently told CNN Ukrainians are blaming everything on Russia, even their bad weather. And stormy weather is likely ahead for Biden too, given what could end up being a divided NATO over Putin's actions. French President Emmanuel Macron has suggested that the EU devise its own plan before taking things to other allies, a move that was viewed by many in Brussels as undermining NATO. Will there be war in Ukraine, or can Biden and his NATO allies work together to stop Putin in his tracks?